Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nilu and you're watching Nilu Stitches. Today tutorial will be making this lovely circle dress for a 5 years old girl. Okay, so I'll be taking you along with me on how I cut and then also how I sew. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like this video, give me a thumbs up, share with friends and family, and subscribe if you are new to this channel. So for this tutorial, I made use of 1.5 yard of Ankara print. So you can use 2 yards if you want your gathered at the down part to be fuller than this. Okay, so but for this I used 1.5 yard of Ankara print. Okay. Okay, so right now on the table, my fabric is on fold. I folded the 1.5 yard into two and I got 27 inches on fold. Okay, 1.5 yard is 54 inches. When you fold into two, you're going to have 27 inches. So what I fold here is 27 inches. And then the length of the Ankara fabric is normal by 45. So I'm going to fold like this again, like a triangle, like an A shape, like so. Okay. So next I'm going to get my shoulder. So like I said, the length of African print is normally 45 inches. So I'm just going to measure it for you guys to see. Okay, so it's 45 inches normal African print length. So now I folded an A shape like this. So next I'm going to get my shoulder. The shoulder I'm working with is 10 inches. 10 divided by 2 will give us 5. So I'm just going to look for where my 5 inches falls like so, and I'm going to mark on that part like this. Okay, so next I'm going to mark my neck width. The neck width I'm working with is 2 inches. So normal neck width for 5 years old is 3.75, but I just approximated that to 4 inches, which I marked. Divide by 2 is um 2 inches. Okay, so for my neck depth I use 2.5 for both the back and front, and I'm going to connect like this. And next I'm going to mark my armhole. So whatever you mark on your shoulder, that is what you use on your armhole. So my shoulder I marked 5, so I'm going to mark 5 inches like this slantly. I did not place my tape straight. Okay, don't place your tape straight, just slant it like so and mark your armhole. Okay, like I said earlier, don't straight it, just slant it, not straight like this. Slant it a little bit like so, and then you mark your 5 inches. Okay, whatever you mark on your shoulder, that is what you mark as your armhole. So I just connected this thread like this, and next on that point I'm going to slant my shoulder by 1/2 inch. But here I'm going to mark my bust, divide by the chest, divide by 4 plus 1 inch. Okay, so the chest I'm working with is 24, divided by 4 is 6, plus 1 inch is 7. So I just make it 7.5 for ease allowance, and then I curve my armhole. Okay, so next I slanted the shoulder by 1/2 inch like this. Okay, you slant the shoulder by 1/2 inch like this. So next I'm going to take the length of the dress. So the full length of this dress, that shoulder to knee length, is 25, but I'm going to mark 21 here. I'm using 5 inches for the gathered at the down part, so I marked 20 is the actual length. I added 1 inch for sewing allowance, making it 21. So right now I'm marking 21. So after marking my 21 like this, I'm going to connect them together like so. So after this, I'm going to cut this out. So this down part that is remaining on the fabric is what I'm going to use for the gather. So I'm going to set that aside and connect this part here straight like this. Okay, so I'll just cut this out. I'll cut the armhole. So I'm going to cut this part like this. The shoulder slant, 1/2 inch, and then the neckline. So the back neck and the front neck is the same measurement I used. So here we are done cutting the upper part. So what I'm going to do next is to bring out one of these pieces for the back panel. Okay, so I'm going to get one of this because the back need to have an opening so that it will be able to pass through the neck of the child. Okay, so I'll just bring one out. So I folded this like so. You fold back into two like this, and I'm going to mark 3 inches down. So you can use 3 to 2.5 inches, but for here I use 3 inches down, and I'm going to slant open that part up like this. Okay, so I opened it up, and that is for the back panel. Okay, so now we are going to bring this back. I'm going to use it to cut out the gathers at the down part. So for the dress, I said I'm making use of 25 inches the length, so I minus 5 inches for the gathers, making it 20 inches for the upper part. So the gather is going to be 5 inches long, and to that I'm going to add 1.5 inch, which is 6.5 for sewing allowance. Okay, so you need to fold the down part with 1 inch, and then the half inch you need to join it to the other dress. Okay, so now I'm measuring it out, and I'm going to cut this out. So I cut 3 pieces of this. That's the normal length, 54 times 3. Okay, like I said, this is 1.5 yard of Ankara print, so and it's 54 inches for 1.5 yard, so 54 times 3 is what I used for the gathered part. So I'm going to place one on this one also and trace out the exact measurement like this. Okay, so here I've traced out the exact measurement. So I have 3 pieces of this. I'm going to take them to the sewing machine and join them together so that it will be one long piece. Okay, I'm going to join them together so that it will be one long strap, and then I'm going to divide that into 2. After joining all of them together, I'll divide that into 2. One is going to be for the front and one is going to be for the back. So let's go and join this first before I tell you what next to do. Okay, so I'll join all this together to form one long fabric. So now we are going to start sewing. So here is the back panel, and I've already cut out a pieces here, and I'll just place it on the right side like this. Okay, inside the right side, and I will sew with 0.25 of an inch. So you place like so a pieces inside like this. It doesn't really have any particular measurement. Okay, so I will sew with 0.25 like this upward. Okay, I'll do that and I'll be back. Okay, so as you can see, I've joined the pieces together and they form one long fabric. So I'm just going to gather it on one side like this. I'll gather everything. Okay, but before I gather, I'm going to divide into 2. One pieces for the front and one for the back, like I said earlier. Okay, and as you can see, I've divided this into 2. Here it is. I've divided it into 2, so one for the front and one for the back. And I've also gone ahead to fold the down part. Okay, I've gone ahead to fold the down part, so one for this and one for the back, like I said before. So now let's go back to the back panel. After sewing it, I'm done sewing it like I showed you earlier. I sewed with 0.25. Okay, so I just want to zoom the camera so that you guys can see what I'm doing properly. So I've sewn it. What I'm going to do is to open it up. Okay, so I just open it up this way, and I notched at those two angles at the down part, and this is what I have. And next I'm going to turn this over to the wrong side like this. Remember I said you put your pieces on the right side of the fabric before you start sewing, and then after sewing you turn it back to the wrong side because it's supposed to be on the inside. Okay, so this is what I have after that, and I'm going to sew top stitch on it with 1/2 inch. Okay, so you can also use this method for an adult if you're making an adult uh, circle dress. Okay, so after top stitching, this is what I have. This is the wrong side of it, as you can see. So you just go and serge this round, okay, for a neater look. So I'm going to trim out the excess I have on the neckline like this. Okay, so I just trimmed out the excess I have on the neckline, and then next I'm going to place the front panel right side facing the right side of each other like this, and I'll sew the shoulder. Okay, so here I'm done sewing the shoulder. I've joined the two shoulders together. Next I'm going to use a bias tape to turn the neckline. So you can actually use the fabric to turn the neckline, but I want to make use of a bias tape. So here I'm just going to place this on the right side of the fabric and sew around the neckline. So I've done that. I've sewn around the neckline. That is on the right side of the fabric, so I'm going to turn it over into the wrong side of the fabric like this, and then top stitch on it round again. Okay, just like I did to this armhole. So the same thing, you place on the right side and turn your armhole, and then you flip over to the wrong side and top stitch. Okay, so let me turn the inside and show you what I mean here. So you flip the bias tape right on the inside like this, and then you top stitch on the bias. The same thing goes to the neckline also. Okay, so you flip the neckline into wrong side like so, and you top stitch round it. So I'll just go and do that and I'll be back. So here I'm done turning. This is the wrong side of the fabric, as you can see, and this kind of look beautiful. You can also do it on the right side to give it a little bit of, you know, drama. Okay, so here is the gathered. I've already gathered my pieces together, and I'm just going to place it right side facing the right side of the dress, and I will sew it down like this using 1/2 inch round the down part of the dress. And I'll do the same thing to this other side also. Okay, I'll also sew this also. So I'll do that and I'll be back. So here guys, I'm done joining the gathers to the dress together. As you can see, it's looking all beautiful. So next I'm going to turn this right side facing right side of each other, and I'm going to shape my dress. Okay, so as you can see, I've hemmed the down parts like I said before. I hemmed it before I gather so that it will be easier for me. Okay, so now I'm going to shape the dress. So I'm going to fold like so and shape with 1/2 inch or with 1 inch. So whatever sewing allowance you feel like using. This is a free dress, it's not meant to be tight. Okay, so you can use 1/2 inch or 1 inch to shape your dress, and I'll do that and I'll show you guys the final look. So here guys, I'm done shaping this dress, and this is the final look. And I also made a little bit of belt for the client, so you don't need, I don't really have any particular measurement for that belt. Just make a strap for your girl to tie on the waist. Okay, so I don't have any particular measurement for that. So this is what the dress looks like after shaping. It's looking beautiful and it looks cute on the baby girl. Okay, so here is the final look. Okay, so I'm trying to push it so that you guys can see everything and how it looks. So now for the opening at the back here, I used hook and eye for the back. I did not use button, I used hook and eye. Okay, so here is the hook and eye I made use of for this back. Sorry guys, you guys are not seeing what I'm showing you. So I used hook and eye for the back, and this is the strap I made for this. So you just go and tie it up, and that's all for this tutorial guys. Thank you so much guys for watching. Please like this video, it will help the channel a lot. Please just hit on the like button and comment. Okay, if you have any question or anything at all, you can still let me know on the comment below. And if you're new, subscribe, and I will be seeing you in my next tutorial. I love you guys. Bye.